Are you at a point in your life, beautiful soul, where you would do anything to have a better life? You're just like, I have to change something. I have to understand something differently. Stay with me to the end of this video. Subscribe, leave a comment if you resonate, because I'm going to take you through your little lifeline and help you look at how society has devastated you from ever living your best life yet. And here's how you need to look at it. We're going to do a little bit of a reflection on your life. So stay with me while I grab this pen. And look, if we were to draw out your lifeline and you were to do from 0 to like 5 years old, look, did you really get any opportunity here to, like, and all kinds of things could have happened. And if you reflected on your life, you'd see that a whole bunch of things set the foundation for who and what you are at this point thinking you are. But are you? So let's go up now. You're 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's say that you're up to 20. Okay. So all of these years, again, you were told to do good in school, and at this point start thinking about what you're going to do with the rest of your life already. And I want to tell you something. It takes until 25 for your brain to fully develop. Okay, for your brain to fully develop, the frontal lobe of your brain that actually helps you produce rational thought. Okay, so here's society telling you, right? Like, you better get your license and you better start thinking about marriage and the kids and the career and the house and the picket fence and the blah, 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 all the things that are going to lock you down. We know nothing yet. So here we go. And all kinds of things are still happening. So now at 25, you may already be married and have the kids in the car and the picket fence. So, okay, now there's all kinds of responsibilities and roles, expectations. Okay, so here we have all of these things before. When did you get a chance yet to think about your life? So only once you start to, like, whatever age you're at now, you have to draw the line and say, from this point forward, I choose. I choose. Okay? So, oh my, does that give you any type of perception on how much so many things happened during all of those years and none of them were really in your control? They were all conducted and you just had to follow suit. And if you didn't, which I didn't, through a lot of those ages and stages, you were judged and you had pressure and all of these things, but it was helping you build your character. But here's where I want you to not hold on too much to the past. Go back to that line I drew where it was like, from this point forward, wherever you're at in your life, today is the day you take your power back. And you do that by saying, okay, what is working for me? What do I want to keep doing? And what do I want to question? What type of life? Ask yourself these questions, okay? What kind of life do you truly want to live and love? Honestly, like, what you have to do is turn off all of the things that are rational, that are third dimensional, that are in your face, with if it's the kids in the car and the picket fence, all of it. Turn it all off for a second. Let's pretend that you're like 20 on the lifeline and nobody told you you couldn't. It doesn't even matter about age. I'm going to pretend we got a magic wand and we're going to wave that magic wand. And if you wake up tomorrow and you can do, you can be anything, there is no limits. What would it look like? Where would you be? What would you be doing? Really start to ask yourself that question, like, what do you want? What do you really, really want in your heart and soul? Think back to that little child before anybody told you who you were supposed to be, and ask yourself who you wanted to be. Who did you want to be? And then ask yourself, what do you truly want to have in your life? Like, Beyond things, what do you truly want to have in your life? Lots of experiences? Do you want to travel the world? Do you want to see and touch and taste and do all kinds of things? Or are you leaning more towards less is more, minimalist life, living off the land, whatever? That's endless if you allow your imagination. Ask yourself, what kind of lifestyle do you want to embody? If this is a fun part where you get to ask yourself, what would a day in your best life look like? Like, what time are you waking up? And what are you doing that day? What is it? What are you eating? What are you experiencing? Who's around you? Where are you? Imagine a day in your best life. And what are the activities that you want more time for? Was there anything as a child that you said that you wanted to do, that you were going to do? Were you going to paint? Were you going to write? Were you going to sing? Were you going to dance? Were you going to create something? Did you always pull things apart and put them back together? Or did you do anything that was weird as a kid that may be your gift that you forgot about? Could you make time for that and make it a little hobby till you figure out, wow, maybe you could do something with that? Make it your life? What if? What if? What if? You, the fun what ifs. And what kind of people do you have in your life? What would you like to be surrounded by? Who would you like to be surrounded by? And if you don't necessarily have a particular kind of person that fills your heart in your life, because there was a point when I look back on my lifeline, I was surrounded by a lot of people that I today wouldn't choose to invite into my life. Whether they were family or not, they were not necessarily meant to stay as lifers. There's, everybody comes into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Not many are lifetimes. And I think our lifetimes are found in our soul family as we go through life, attracting who we know we deserve. And when we start to choose who we want to be surrounded by, and creating this whole new rest of your life. Remember that after that line, there's all those years ahead. Hopefully, we don't know if we've got tomorrow, truly. That's why I'm always trying to live my best life every day. But you gotta dream big in order to have something to wake up for in the morning. Be excited about, like, what are you working towards? Where do you want to be in the next 5 years? Where do you want to be in the next 5 months? Like, really start to ask yourself what you want, because it's time to let go of all of those things you were told you were supposed to be, all the roles you think you have to be, all the shoulds and haves, twos. No, you don't. You don't have to do anything. And it's time to really start breaking that away and saying, well, what if I choose to do things differently? Please leave a comment, ask a question. We're all on this journey we call life, and we're a soul reconnecting back to that inner compass that's been trying to guide us this whole time. But society had a different plan until now. Now we're all starting to at least feel it. And if you haven't questioned it yet, it's time. It's time to say, why am I feeling so much pressure? So much pressure, because it's not yours. Let it go. Let it go and start to find your flow. Wishing us all so much love and light. Much love, much love, much love. You got this. Keep asking yourself the crucial questions to find out what your soul truly wants. You have all the answers within you, I promise. Much love. Subscribe. Much love.